Warning. The following podcast contains explicit language, honest opinions and a sense of humor. Welcome to the Brothers Take.
Hello everybody and welcome back to our podcast. I am Chris, joined once again by my brothers Adam and Eric.
Hello.
Hello.
And we are back in the room to talk more about video games with Adam. I'll just describe actually for anyone who's listening to us through audio, but if you're watching us visually, you'll be able to see Adam is in a very brightly lit room and Eric is in a very dark and coarse room. And that's because we're representing different moods and different... I'm only fucking around. Basically, Adam's got awesome lighting and Eric's got shit lighting.
Yeah.
But
Pretty much.
that's not what it's about. We're here to talk about video games and video game topics. And in this week's topic, we're doing something a bit wacky and a bit weird. It's not about any specific... What the fuck? It's not about a specific game, so to speak. But it's an idea that we had, and Eric actually picked this topic to be covered this week. And normally me and Adam kind of just tell him what we're going to talk about. So it's nice that Eric actually got a bit of input in there of something that he actually wanted to talk about. So we're going to talk about this.
Better have some content.
Yeah. We'll get you in and you go, oh, I don't know. I haven't really thought about this at all.
I don't remember choosing this topic at all.
So the topic is making your perfect RPG party. And so the idea of it is essentially it's inspired. The idea came up from playing Ghost of Tsushima and kind of building up a party. At the time, I threw the idea out there because that reminded me of in Mass Effect 2 when you're going around building up this amazing party of characters. And I thought, wow, wouldn't it be so cool if you could like pool characters from any game ever to create this awesome RPG party? And then I went, wouldn't it be cool actually to see who people would pick if they had such a scenario? And that's where the origins of this discussion topic came from. So the idea is that we are picking characters from any game that would make up our perfect RPG party. So that we don't pick every character in the world, because we like a lot of characters, we are capping it at 10. Can't have any more than 10 characters, but you must have at least 6. Any less than 6, it's kind of not playing the game really. So anywhere between 6 and 10 RPG characters. Sorry, they don't have to be from an RPG either. That's the other great thing about this is they can be from any game, any genre at all. The only rules are they have to be considered good, or at least anti-heroes. They have to be people who could fight on the side of good, essentially, in this strange adventure. And you can only pick one character from a game. The reason for that is because otherwise we would just pick a game and go, yeah, the entire party from that game done, and that would defeat the purpose of actually the real reason for this episode is it gives us the opportunity to talk about supporting characters or other characters that we might otherwise not talk about because they might not come in under any other topic. But these are supporting characters or characters we like. It gives us an opportunity to talk about those characters. So we're going to build a party, and you can't have more than one from any one game, but you can cheat a little bit. There's a slight loophole. Let's say, for example, your favorite characters come from the Mass Effect franchise, and you're like, I can't choose one of them. Garrus is in all 3. So if you can only have one character from any one game, you can go, all right, I'll take Garrus from Mass Effect 1. Grand. Now I can pick someone else from Mass Effect 2. And now I can pick someone else from Mass Effect 3. So cheating. You might cheat and get away with 3 cheating. Mass Effect characters, but it still caps you to the point of you couldn't go more than that. So in that sense...
but there's Mass Effect Andromeda and Mass Effect Infiltrator.
The main idea of it really is to talk about these characters that we probably otherwise wouldn't get the chance to talk about. We could all approach this very differently. Someone could have all main characters as their party. Someone could have all supporting characters as their party. It could be a good mix. It could be strategic. It could be I just like the way they look. Who knows? But let's burst into it. This is the Brothers Take talking about their ideal RPG party. I think before we actually go into picking our individual party members, just from games that you have played, what would be your favorite RPG party from a game that you have played? So that it's like, so ideally I'm striving for something like that. Or maybe you're not striving for something like that, but just what's a party that you feel personally close to? Eric, what's wrong? You okay, man? What's going
You
on,
have
bro?
to use that word, didn't you? You have to use that F word.
Favorite?
I don't
Yeah.
Like, I don't like when you use that F
It's
word. There.
literally what we're built on. Like
Our whole series is built on what's your favorite this, and usually not your least favorite anything. Although sometimes. Why don't you like that? That's crazy. You're so weird. That's your favorite game. I don't know.
You can use words like admirable. You know, what's the games you admire the most or something? I don't know.
Okay. So what's the RPG party
Wait,
that
open
you
up the
admire the
source
most
there.
in all games?
from an actual, it has to be an RPG game.
Oh, this time around, just a party that you in a game that you feel is the strongest. Like I suppose you could bend the rules there a little bit and go for like if you go to Gears of War, there is sort of a party of 4, even though that's not necessarily an RPG game. But you could go that group because there's such a tight squad or whatever. But you couldn't really say the party from Metal Gear Solid because you're normal, even though you have a supporting cast,
you're
you're
not
normally
really one,
a
dude.
lone agent. You're not really.
The Fellowship.
The Fellowship from in which game are they depicted particularly strongly, Adam?
The Return of the King.
Oh yeah.
I would have
Adam
thought Battle
Age.
for I would have thought Battle for Middle Earth
Yeah, Battle for Middle Earth, they're depicted quite strongly, yeah.
because they're
Yeah,
actually
they are,
all
but I
together
think
now.
you get a good selection of skills, and each character has their own more powerful skill sets, like to individual things. So, like, if you're all about archery and stuff like that, then you're gonna pick Legolas. So if you're all about like being a tank style character, you're gonna be Gimli. If you want to use mage or magic abilities, then you're gonna be Gandalf. So I think they just offer like a good select that it's very similar to an RPG in that regards, even though it's an action game.
Actually, even just outside of video games, like the Fellowship are like the ideal like party, aren't they? Like
Just
just in
the
general.
idea of a party exist outside of the Lord of the Rings, I wonder.
I don't know, because even like you have
The Argonauts.
Well, oh, actually, yeah, you're right. You go back to
Well, like
Greek
for
myths and
Greek
King Arthur and his
myths.
knights.
Mm.
Yeah, there always was actually, yeah. But I do think the Fellowship, as a cast of very, very different people from different parts of the world, created that kind of D&D style party quest. You know that
Yeah.
thing where it's like, let's have a very diverse. Because even like when some people are playing Dungeons and Dragons, like if someone picks a certain class, someone else might actually go, okay, well then I'll be this class. Like it might not necessarily be what they want it to be, but they might go, I'll pick this class because we should have one of those in the party, as opposed to just doing whatever the fuck they want. You know, like I was part of a D&D campaign, and someone definitely did that where they went, I'll go for white mage. Like everyone else was like, I want to be a rogue, I want to be a fucking warrior, and someone just went, I'll be a white mage then because I think we're going to need a healer on the team. And at first you go,
Yeah.
do what you want, but actually when
That's
it comes
why
to
I always
battle
found
later,
it was a
you
bit
go,
weird playing something like the Elder Scrolls, right? When you play the Elder Scrolls, because you're on your own all the time, I was never really drawn towards being, let's say, a thief style character or even a mage. Just because I felt like I could get a lot more done by going down the barbarian or warrior road.
yeah.
I feel like that's why I never actually played Elder Scrolls Online, but the idea of that always interested me, just because you could have a party of characters that could take on each of those roles.
I played a bit of it.
How was
Yeah.
it, Eric?
I was like, okay, like obviously the graphics aren't amazing because it's an online game, so they're grand. The kind of some elements of the combat is like okay-ish. Like the combat doesn't even feel like every other Elder Scrolls game, but I completed the first quest that they gave me. I got to a civilized area. I turned it off immediately because I see a bunch of other players running around like dumbasses, and I'm like, right, well now I'm immediately sucked out of the brilliance that is Elder Scrolls. So I was
Okay.
like, now I don't want to play this. So that's
Yeah,
my
it's
thing.
weird. Like I actually really wanted a multiplayer component to the Elder Scrolls, just not an MMO. Like
Yeah.
almost like well, I got kind of just like a co-op thing. Like I just wanted a party in my game, not I
Yeah.
wanted to join a huge server. I just
Yeah.
wanted 2 or 3 friends to join me in my
Like
adventure.
I'd be super behind
like
that.
Destiny raids or something like that, yeah? When you're doing Destiny missions.
Kinda,
more
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I'd be super behind that. Like I remember, like a lot of people rave on about Final Fantasy XIV being a particularly strong entry in the series, and it's an MMO. I think the idea of different people controlling different members of a Final Fantasy party is an awesome idea. But yeah, there's something about MMOs that just puts me off. Like the idea of just seeing hundreds of people running on the screen with their little colored name above their head, and then the side of your screen being taken up with so much text and
So much
writing where you're
UI,
like,
yeah.
oh my god, the screen looks just horrendous. Horrendous.
Yeah.
And that destroys MMOs for me. And no matter how cool the social aspect of it might be, just the disgusting look of the screen just
Yeah.
totally takes
Now-
me away.
Now, Elder Scrolls Online screen, its UI is actually quite similar to every other one, so it's actually not that bad. But it is just that you see like the Hunter Killer 427 running
Yeah.
by, and it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
for fuck's sake. And
I'd love if
They're
you
weird.
could make, if you had an option, if you push a button, it gets rid of all that. And then if you push another button, you could bring it back if you want to see what
I
someone is
imagine
called.
it
But it'd be
can.
nice to.
It'd
Maybe
be-
it can
it'd be
in
weird
some, I
if
don't
that
know.
doesn't work.
But every
yeah.
time I look at gameplay footage
MMOs.
to see if I'd be interested in it, it always has that stuff. I'm always like, what? Why? Like, so I don't know. Maybe people like to see that. It drives me soft. It's like looking at Microsoft Word running at you. I don't know. But more colorful maybe. Eric,
yes,
your most admirable RPG party that is already in existence.
see that name sounds just so much better. That question, your most admirable. You know what I mean? The one you like a lot.
The one that
You
you
know,
admire the most in all games ever.
Yeah. That just sounds better. You know, I don't sound so restricted or chained down, shackled by such rules as favorite.
It's the same question. So, yeah. Or would you go for Fellowship as well?
No, I would probably go for Mass Effect 2.
Any particular reason why? No.
No,
No, next
I had-
question.
the reason was because I had to give an answer.
Yeah.
No. Well, because you yourself get to decide your relationship with them, because you have those loyalty missions, and then there's obviously your choice of how to talk to them. So you can treat them like shit if you want. You can treat them really good, or you can just be kind of neutral towards them. Their intros into it, like for the Fellowship, while they're a great cast of characters, they're all introduced at the same time, and they're kind of all like, "Ah, yeah, we'll just obviously go for a very important reason." But with Mass Effect 2, you can see their skill set by the mission that you do to hire them,
Yeah.
and then you get their kind of motivations for who they are and why they do it through their loyalty missions. So you just get to watch as they grow and as they evolve and change into the people that you want them to be, depending on like how you treat them and everything. So I just think that kind of, and again, such a massive roster to get such a massive like choice of characters and make them still quite uniquely different, is great. So that's why I get that. That's why like even going to Mass Effect 3, then it was like, this feels really lacking because you get like 6 characters again, and it's like, okay, and like none of them are new, and there's no real evolution for them. But yeah, Mass Effect 2 then.
For me, that was always my biggest complaint about Mass Effect 3. It had nothing to do with
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we've talked about the ending a few times, but it had nothing to do with the ending. My biggest problem, I was like, whoa, everyone, calm down. Hold on a second. There's not nearly enough party members. That's the problem in this game. It's like, you still meet everyone, and they play a supporting role, but you're like, I've got a party of 6, and this is the finale. Where's my huge party, my epic cast of characters that could all die in the final mission depending on the choices I make? Come on, where's that gone? That for me was the thing, because I agree. Mass Effect 2 is my favorite RPG party as well. There's only one character actually in that cast I don't like, and I think that's pretty rare when you've got a cast of 10 characters and there's only one of them. I'm sure people feel differently, but like I just think they're diverse enough. They all have awesome loyalty missions and backstories, And yeah, there's only one of them I don't like. Everyone else does like her. I don't know why. I think she's unbearable, but the world seems to really like Miranda. I don't know why. And then they hate Jacob. I don't know why. Jacob's my boy. I love Jacob. Are you kidding me? I love Jacob. He's awesome. Anyway, Final Fantasy 7 and 10 are close. I love those parties. The characters from 7, I think in this remake series could go up, but in the original game, because they spend very little time actually together, and even in your final fight, it's still only 3 characters. You don't really feel that camaraderie. It was one of the nice things about watching Advent Children, the movie. Like, that movie has a lot of problems, but seeing them all fight together, kind of for the first time, was super cool. So I'm really excited about seeing them actually together more in the remake series, because I think that will happen. And I just think that they will do at some point a battle with all of them, which will be fucking epic. I don't know how they'd balance it, and I don't think it happened often, but I think they could do it. But as it stands, the Mass Effect 2 party would be my favorite RPG party.
Where at the end of it, you fight God.
You always fight God.
You always fight God.
Right. So in our little kind of
in our scenario that we're going to get to now, yeah.
Are we assembling a crew to defeat
God?
Okay, so this is the crew to defeat God and anything that God can throw at them.
We won't say
right.
Right. What we'll say? Yeah, we'll say right. So the idea of this
This is an atheist's wet dream.
Well, probably not, because if you're fighting God, then you've been proven wrong. You get the mission to go, I actually don't believe it. Anyway, sorry. Okay, so as you're listening to this, or as you're watching this, if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to jump into the comments as we mention a character. You can give your own thoughts about that character. You could say if you think any one of us have picked the best RPG party, or you can throw in your own characters and build your own RPG party following the same kind of rules with a maximum of 10 characters. And then if you're listening to this on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts, wherever you're listening to us, you can also get in touch in our social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at The Brothers Take. We'd love to hear from people as this discussion goes on. But yes, the idea is, so let's say you are Commander Shepard or the Dragonborn or whatever. You're your own character you got to make, and you're going on this epic quest. Maybe it's to fight the Reapers. Maybe it's to fight God. Maybe it's to fight, I don't know, some world-ending, universe-ending threat. Doesn't really matter. It can pull out all the stops. Maybe it's the denizens of Silent Hill. Who knows, right? You have to fight this ultimate world-ending evil. And you can build this epic RPG party of heroes and characters that are going to fight with you, anti-heroes, whatever. Who do you bring, and why do you bring them? Which one of you would like to go first? See what I did there? See what I did there? I didn't say I'll go first. Eric, since you picked the topic.
I should definitely go last then. I mean, that should be
before you go, because you have a tendency, right? Like even when I go, okay, quick fire questions, you go blah blah blah. I was like, whoa, hold on. Quick fire doesn't mean okay. So when we ask,
then don't use the words quick fire. Just go fire.
That's why I'm not. Fire. That's why I'm not using them. I'm not fucking using them. I'm just explaining something right now. When we ask you for your party, don't just rattle off the 10 or 7 or 8 names, whatever they are.
Okay.
Give us one. Tell us why you picked them. Allow us an opportunity to throw in our own input there if we want. We're like, oh, I never thought about that character. That's cool. I was like, oh, that's a good pick. Maybe we're alluding to the fact that we might have also picked. Who knows, right? But give each character their due, and then at the end, you've got a full party that feels justified in your mind. Okay?
I'm wondering how similar these lists are going to be.
Yeah, I'm really super curious about if there's any characters that are going to be on all 3 lists. Again, the only rule is as long as they're in a video game, you can have them, but it's that kind of video game adaptation of the character.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going for is 5 females and 5 male characters, because they will all be able to add a different element to the party, be it combat-wise or even psychological, you know what I mean? So the first character I'm going to go with is Lara Croft, based on her expansive knowledge of languages and the history of the world and everything. Because if it's a world-ending threat, it'd be pretty handy to have someone who knows about the world.
Okay.
Plus,
Hold on.
she's an acrobatically kick-ass person. So,
Can I ask?
right.
Because
Maybe.
technically, the reboot series is a different kind of Lara Croft.
Right?
Which Lara Croft are we talking here?
Here now.
No, but I'm wondering,
Right.
has she got a bow and arrow in her arsenal here, or is she the dual wielding pistol shooting?
No, well, you gotta
tomb
gotta
grabber?
No. Okay. Wait. If I choose the one for PS1, does that mean when I meet her on my adventure, is she pixelated like it?
yeah. It's like, yeah, if you pick someone from like an old school dungeon crawler, it's like, hey, how come everyone else can talk, but every time you say anything, there's like a big speech bubble? What's going on? No, like, yeah, okay.
But anyway,
I
I would go for the iconic original dual wielding acrobatic flipping Jaguar shooting.
Yeah, backpacking, butler,
T-Rexing.
butler locking.
quad biking
Yeah.
Lara
Okay,
Croft.
so you're pretty old school Lara Croft.
Old school Lara Croft. That's
Okay.
what I'm going for those
Okay.
reasons. Right.
Okay.
Another one for her ingenuity. I'm going to do the 5 girls first, the 5 females, and the 5 males, right? So for her ingenuity, and again her extreme intelligence, plus her ability to be able to hunt, and her skill with a bow, and if we're taking on some robotic enemy, she's good at that because that's what she fights for her entire life. I'd go for Aloy. Very inquisitive person, so she'd be very handy to have.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes. I see now as well why you've decided, okay, I won't go for the bow wielding Lara.
Yeah, because then I got 2
Because-
bow wielding, and that's just like, this is ridiculous.
Because now you have an archer role and a...
Gunslinger role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
Cool.
next person. I need a mage character, right?
Right.
This character is good at being the owl mage, you know? She got some...
Okay.
But
You
not
got
your...
some mageness in her.
She got some... right?
She's got some magistry going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm
But
super
again,
interested to see who's going to come out here.
most of the characters I've seen to be picking are all very intelligent ones. She's a doctor, but of, again, archaeology. So if I'm fighting some giant sentient machines that once upon a time wiped out civilizations, she'd be pretty handy to have.
Yeah, I
Especially
gotcha.
Consider she has bionic ability, or biotics, which are like telepathic psionic abilities. I would have Dr. Liara Tassoni.
Hey! Tell me this
Right.
now. Hold on. Before you go any further, in your
Right.
mind, are you taking these guys to fight the Reapers? Is that part of your...
No,
Is that part of the-
I'm taking these people to fight whoever the hell I'm fighting.
Yeah, anyone.
right.
The
These
ultimate
guys-
team for
These
taking on
guys will
anyone.
fuck up anyone. Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
Right.
Liara is a solid choice. I'm just going to throw that out there. Liara is a solid choice because, yeah, she ticks a lot of boxes in terms of her abilities to both. Like, even when she becomes a Shadow Broker, like,
Yeah, I'm choosing Mass Effect 3, so then she has like...
at that
I
point, she has
should've known.
fucking everything. Yeah, she's a solid choice.
Right, now I am stuck with the next one, right?
You're not
Between-
stuck with them. You don't have to.
No, as in between who I'm going to choose, because I can only choose... No, I can't. I can choose both of them. If I break the rules, bend the rules a bit, I can choose both of them.
Yeah, you can loophole this. I have a feeling I know who you're choosing between here.
Who am I choosing then? Go on.
I think you're trying to choose between Tifa and Aerith.
Spot on. Absolutely spot on. Because I am thinking to myself, because Aerith has such like healing powers,
Mm-hmm.
it'd be really handy to have someone to heal me, and well, heal the whole party and everything. And then Tifa is one of the greatest martial artists in the entire world of Final Fantasy VII. So, in saying that,
But if you take her to Earth, man, she's fucked. She's fucked, man. She's used to waiting for her turn. You know what I mean? Where, you know, put her up
She's a-
against Jin Kazama, and
Yeah,
she's fucked,
a
man.
very polite fighter. It's like,
I
no,
will
you go,
take- I
you
will
go
take-
first. No, you
I
go
will take
first.
Tifa. I'll take Tifa. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
And for my healing, yet also summoning giant monsters to help me out, I will take Yuna as my 5th member.
That's a solid choice.
Thank you very much.
That
Right,
is a
so
solid choice. Yeah.
5 my people. They're all my reasons. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on.
Hold on now.
Oh yeah. Before you go.
No, you
further.
hold on. Who's holding on
Hold
here?
What are we holding on to? Why are we holding on? Why'd you pick Tifa?
Because she can kick ass.
Okay. But plenty of people could kick ass.
Oh yeah, they can all kick ass. Like. But,
They take names and kick ass, man. That's the whole motto of my party here.
yeah.
Okay, cool. That was it. I just wanted to know why you picked Tifa. Everyone else seemed to have like huge strategic reasons, and Tifa is just she kicks ass.
And she's a good bartender. And I'm sure we're gonna need a few cocktails throughout this mission.
That's a solid skill, in fairness.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Not a lot of people. It's very hard to do that. You know what I mean? You got the flipping and the stuff, and it's crazy.
Before you
Right.
go further, Tifa has to be the best thing, like the absolute best thing about the 557 remake.
Yeah.
Like I always liked Tifa, but I never loved Tifa. And that game made me love Tifa.
All right, calm down, fanboy. Jeez.
Jeez.
I love
Free.
Final Fantasy. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, no, credit where credit's due. They did a fantastic
Yeah,
job
they did do a good job.
at making her like just a quintessential character. God, I'll be sad if they decide to kill her instead of Aerith.
Okay. Right. On to my next 5 people,
Yeah, the boys.
which are either all going to be the same people as just some big
the
buff
male
guy
version.
with
Yeah,
a sword.
Yeah, no, so my first character, Nathan Drake, because he's.
No, actually, the first guy I'm choosing,
Yeah.
in case I am going to go up against the denizens of Silent Hill, or perhaps the spawns of hell, or whatever it is, I'm choosing Doomslayer. Because
Fuck
he
yeah,
can
man.
sure as shit kill everything.
Yeah.
He
fucking
can
Jesus,
he
yeah,
can spawn fucking Christmas lights out of people's heads. I don't know how he does it, but he does it.
Yeah.
So Doomslayer. Okay. Then I gotta go.
Sure thing, bro.
Then I gotta go for somebody else. Yeah, because I'm just looking at my games at the moment. Fucking
You
Cal
haven't got
Kestis.
this planned out. You haven't.
No. Cal Kestis. Cal Kestis, because he got a lightsaber and he a motherfucking
Oh,
Jedi
yes.
from Jedi Fallen Order.
Yes. There you have a Jedi on the team.
Yeah.
Hey, does he get to take BD1 with him, or does BD1 count as a separate character?
That's up to you. I don't really care. Cal Kestis got a fucking lightsaber.
Yeah, I mean, you have the opportunity to make a case for BD1 if you really wanted to, but you don't care. So
Yeah, he can have BD1 as like a backpack, like Ratchet and Clank.
yeah, well, he is, isn't he? Yeah, it's like
backpack.
would you take Ratchet without Clank? You wouldn't, would you?
I don't know how useful is Clank.
Clank is super useful. Are you kidding me? Clank is way more useful than Ratchet. If you could have one of them, you should take Clank.
Oh, why?
Clank can like change into different weapons and shit, and has like great knowledge and can hack into shit. And are you kidding me? Clank is always the one that tells Ratchet what to do. Are you kidding me? Ratchet.
Fuck's sake.
How useful is Clank? Clank's a fucking robot. Ratchet's a fucking. How useful is Clank?
My third one is Link.
Moving on. Link. Is it a certain rendition of Link?
Yeah, the one that can do everything. So the one from Breath of the Wild, because he can use every single weapon and can do everything. So yeah, take him.
Why would you take Link other than?
He could do everything. I just said that.
Okay. Cool.
Use every weapon. He can climb whatever the hell he wants.
Before
Not
you
like-
go further,
Not like Nathan Drake. Nathan Drake needs like little fucking colored rocks or
Yes,
something.
yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's
Link
like,
is go.
shit, that rock doesn't have a white line on top of it. It's a no-go.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Can't climb it. Can't happen.
Same with Lara Croft and Aloy. They need that white line or like that yellow banister thing. But Link is just like, I'm climbing that. It's like, but how, man? It's a flat surface. Like, I'm fucking climbing it, and then he climbs it. There you go. He's
Which
awesome.
do you guys, before you go further with your party, do you guys have a favorite or a version you most admire? Have you got a favorite rendition of Link? Like you're going for that one because of strategic purposes, but is there a portrayal of Link that you were like, that's the one that I gravitate towards the most, or the one that I thought was the most interesting with what they did with him? Or
I mean, I've only played as 2. So
From the few I've played, I'd say Wind Waker version.
Yeah, he was cool. I like that one.
He's got a little attitude on him.
I like the Twilight Princess one.
Yeah,
I
that
thought
one's
that
pretty
one was
good. It's quite similar
cool.
to the like Majora's Mask and the Ocarina of Time one.
Yeah.
It is quite similar in tone, etc. But yeah, I just love when with the Wind Waker one, if you start fighting and stuff, he just puts this real angry face on him.
Yeah. It's definitely Wind Waker is a little bit more comical, isn't it?
Well, they're just trying to.
Twilight Princess is a bit darker.
Yeah, they're just trying to make it feel like a cartoon, I guess.
Yeah. Cool. Eric, did you say one before you move on? Is there a link that you particularly like?
Well, I'd probably have to go with the Breath of the Wild one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I just think the idea of him having amnesia and slowly having to figure everything out and everything is a very interesting story to start with.
Cool. You know what? That's if you're finding your party on the road and you meet a Link who has amnesia and part of his side quest is to learn who he is on the journey with your party. Awesome. There you go. Sorry, I'm writing fan fiction. Go on.
Sure.
This whole episode is just research to write the best video game fan fiction.
Right.
It's a book coming out this Christmas.
Number 4
of the boys.
Yes, of the boys.
Yeah.
Number 4 will be probably Geralt.
Probably.
I mean, I can't have every big gruff guy there is. Actually, no, I'm gonna go with Dom Santiago as like my bro. You know,
Who?
from
From Gears?
From Gears of War.
Oh, sorry, Gears.
Yeah, no, the only reason I'm surprised. I'm really surprised you said that, and I'll explain why later.
Because he's my bro.
You just it took me back when you said that. That's
he's
why
one of my bros. I'm now going to choose my next bro, which is again because I chose Liara from Mass Effect 3. I can choose Garrus from Mass Effect 2.
Fuck yeah, you can. Fucking Archangel, man.
There's my 5 guys. I gotta have 2 bros in there, like, you know what I mean? And they can have their witty banter with each other.
The nice thing there is Dom, because he's got the Lancer, can shoot and chainsaw people.
And then the nice thing about the Doomslayer is that he can shoot and chainsaw people.
Well, I have
what Link can do? He can shoot and chainsaw people.
I have to be honest. Out of your party, it's a solid party, but the Doomslayer is the one I'm most surprised about.
Well, I'm just figured that if we're gonna need to go into like knee deep into hell, I'd probably want the ultimate demon killer. So.
Badass.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
There you go. There's my 5.
There's your 10 even.
10.
There's 10.
No, it's only 5. I'm gonna go again.
I gotta go again. My next 5. My next 5 are all animals. So these are the 5 animals I would choose.
One of the Pinatas from Viva Pinata.
Of those characters that you picked, who
would you change any of them?
Would you consider? No, I'm curious. Which ones would you be most excited about meeting each other? Say if this was a real game that you had, right? And this is a real party that you're going to get to be able to build over the course of this epic game inclusive adventure where they've just were able to break all the rules and take characters from Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, the whole lot. They're able to put them all together. Which of the characters that you selected there, which ones would you be most excited about meeting and interacting with each other?
Excited. I'll answer that question with a different one. So the one I would think would be most funny, is probably like anyone with the Doomslayer, considering the Doomslayer like never talks, and like trying to watch everyone make a conversation with him would be really funny. But excited would probably be like maybe like Aloy and Lara Croft, or like Liara with one of those two, because of their vast intelligence and ingenuity. Just watching them kind of bounce off each other. Or Dom and Garrus is kind of that I can imagine them having a bit of friendly banter maybe.
I love the idea of Geralt taking Link under his wing.
That's nice. Geralt wasn't one of my choices.
Yeah, he didn't choose Geralt in the end.
What you said? You swapped them out for who'd you swap them out for again?
Dom.
Dom.
You're,
that's
you're
right.
making me disappointed. Now I'm going to swap Dom for Geralt, so Geralt can take Link under his wing.
Sorry, I forgot there. I mixed. Oh no, and you had Cal Kestis from Star Wars Jedi.
Why the fuck did I do that? Yeah, no, actually, I'm going to swap Cal Kestis for Geralt.
I mean, it's up to you. I'm not trying to make a change. I'm sorry.
That's
Are
it,
you doing
no.
that?
No, yeah, I'm going to do that.
I mean, he's
Because
got
actually-
magic. He pretty much has
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Geralt gets to take Link in under his wing, and I would also be super excited about Liara talking to Lara
Yeah.
Croft, because Lara would know so much about the Earth, but then meeting Liara, who's a space archaeologist, would just open up fucking super cool avenues. Yeah, that's
Or at
solid.
least that's what you expect them, the kind of conversation from them, but they just spend a lot of time trying to correct each other on how to pronounce their name.
Yeah, it's Lara. No, it's Liara. Lara. I didn't even think of that. Like, and they don't even take the time to actually correct to say. No, I'm actually saying my name. Lara. It's Lara. No, it's Liara. It's Lara. Yeah, that'd be fucking super funny. Okay, awesome. So there's Eric's RPG party. Now you can rattle them off again, Eric, just for a reminder. Rattle them off. If you
Okay.
remember.
Lara, Aloy, Liara, Tifa, Yuna, Doomslayer, Geralt, Link, Dom, and Garrus.
Awesome. So that's Eric's RPG party. See if you're watching this on YouTube, you can jump into the comments to throw in your own thoughts on what you think of that party, or see who you might swap out for if you were going to swap anyone out. And then if you're listening, obviously jump in on social media to let us know. Adam, we come to you next for your ideal RPG party from any video game.
I have 9, Chris. I'll give you 9.
Okay, Adam. I appreciate your
I have,
happy.
2 siblings.
You have 2 siblings. That's just a fact. Did you say you have 2 siblings? Did you actually
No,
say that?
2 similar to Eric's.
Like 2 similar.
2 same as Eric's. So I'll name those 2.
Same or similar?
The same then. The same as Eric's.
Okay.
So I'm trying to go from it as like what would be their roles. So kind of like if you're trying to assemble like the Avengers, essentially, you've got different characters specialized in specific roles.
Yeah.
So having someone that could know the lay of the land, etc. Again, knowing a lot about history, but also is very intelligent. So I picked Lara Croft for that role.
Cool.
So again, they could be, I don't know, if they needed to scout ahead or needs to gather intelligence on a certain area, but then she has a lot of money as well to kind of fund and equip for expeditions.
That makes a lot of sense. Is this is it the same rendition of Lara Croft? Is it the
Yeah, it's from
original?
the originals, just because she would have built up all that,
Yes, yeah.
as opposed to starting off as someone who has to try and gain that type of experience. She'd already have all that experience.
Yeah.
And the other one that was similar to Eric's was the Doomslayer for
Fuck off!
Yeah, as a kind of a, I suppose, barbarian warrior style thing. He is
Yeah.
the ultimate warrior.
And is this the version from? I can't remember. Does he get the big ass fuck off sword in the first one as well, or is that only in Doom Eternal?
No, that's in Doom Eternal.
That's the Doom
Which go-
Eternal,
which
but it
go for-
really doesn't matter. He's got the BFG. That's all you need.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
And he's got like, I don't know where he puts them, but he's got one hell of an arsenal of weapons.
Oh, you know what would have been a good one as well? Serious Sam. He's got an arsenal of weapons.
My third one.
It's like, thank you for your input.
I was thinking in terms of also a fighter, but more of a kind of a crowd control. So if the rest of the party have to do something, need to get something done, he can take on like a huge crowd, like maybe drawing them away from the rest of the party, and that would be Serious Sam.
You're joking.
Serious Sam.
What? No, stop for a second. Stop. Are you just joking because of what Eric just said, or did
No,
you
I have it
actually
written here. I have
You
it
had
written- I have it written here.
you had
Serious
serious Sam written down. Did you know? Did you fucking know? How did you know that? Serious fucking Sam. Oh wait, can you imagine? Alright, hold on.
Serious Sam and Doomslayer together.
I tell you what
That is
I'm-
fucking
no.
hilarious.
No, that'd be great, but I'm telling you what I'm imagining, right? I'm imagining imagine you got the green light to make this conceptual game where you could pull characters from any other game to make this
Yeah.
classic RPG party. And you bring this to some executive producer, and he's like, "Okay, who have you picked? Like, it's like Doomslayer. Yeah, Doom's that's fucking popular. Lara Croft, come on, you have to have her. She's an icon. Serious Sam, fuck off. What are you talking about? You only have 10 choices. You didn't even use all 10. You used 9.
No way. 9.
Oh my god. Okay, but
Damn,
anyway,
an uneven number. God damn it, I hate that.
no, that's cool. He's the 10th member in a way, I suppose.
Eric.
Yeah.
9 companions.
So be it. You shall be the Fellowship of the Sam. Serious Sam. That's
Yeah,
fucking.
he also has a ridiculous arsenal of weapons that he fits into his back pocket. He can take on huge crowds of enemies. Perfect.
Yeah.
He's also taken on alien invasions as well as demons, so he's
He
kitted
time
out for
traveled too, right?
everything. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
he
he's
travels back in time
he's
to
pretty-
stop
he
aliens.
is a Sam of all trades. Is that what I'm saying? To help him out with the crowd control, but I need a kind of more of a sorcerer style character, I went for Raiden from Mortal Kombat.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, that's a good choice,
Mm.
actually.
I
Yeah.
just thought his ability to be able to take on both the Deadly Alliance and multiple kind of Warriors of the Dead at the same time, pretty spot on. And he
mean,
kind of, he also
get
made
his
the Dragon
ass
King
handed
kind
to
of
him?
flink. What?
Didn't he get his ass handed to him by the Deadly Alliance?
Yeah,
so
but
he-
Eric, they were the
yeah, but
dead.
he still,
Come on.
kind of held his own. And I mean, if it wasn't for him, Onaga wouldn't have felt that flinch.
Oh yeah, true. That's supposed to.
He's Lord Raiden, man. He's fucking God of Thunder. Protector of Earthrealm.
Yes.
Yeah, he really sucks at his job.
No, he Actually, do you think? Okay, sorry. Just before you go further, do you think it's kind of weird that in Mortal Kombat games that people can take on Lord Raiden? Do you think it's kind of weird that he's a fighter, or do you have to just sort of get rid of all belief, like suspend your belief for a second? And
I mean, is he that much different in terms of ability to Shang Tsung or Quan Chi?
I don't know. He's supposed to be a god, though, right?
Yeah, but wasn't Shang Tsung like his mentor?
No.
No.
Oh.
No.
No, Shang Tsung was Shao Kahn's apprentice in sorcery.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, no, Shang Tsung was from Earthrealm, and he learned the ways of sorcery from Shao Kahn.
No, I
in
know that bit. I just thought
Search
that
for
Raiden had
Immortality.
some sort of connection with Shang Tsung.
Yeah,
No, I
he's
don't
seen
think
him
so.
for
And that-
9
and that
Mortal
he
Kombat
took on-
tournaments.
Yeah, no, they're just enemies.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, but then there's different canons of it. No, but it's just like, if you play like Injustice is another fighting game where, for example, it's like if you play as Green Arrow versus Superman, all right, that in a fight should not make sense,
No, it doesn't work.
unless he's got kryptonite arrows.
Mm-mm.
Sorry, I'm going off.
His next choice
so
is
another
Superman.
kind of fighter type, one who can take a lot of hits, pretty much survive any fight, is in Kratos.
Jesus Christ, which version? You have
Yes.
some. Can I just say all that for a second? I'd love to see these guys together because there's some fucking serious, like, bro machoism going on. Like,
Yeah.
I'm saying Serious Sam and Kratos.
It's essentially the cast of Predator.
Yeah, everyone's like fucking like, you son of a bitch,
Yeah. It's just
Uh,
muscles and sweat
and Lara Croft.
and Lara Croft. I don't know if this one's allowed. This next one. But I wanted a character that could be diplomatic and kind of maybe go behind enemy lines and gain information, reconnaissance, but also maybe talk the enemy into traps, etc. Ocelot.
Yeah, I'd allow it.
You're
I'd allow it.
You're
Yeah,
allowed?
I think in the grand scheme of things, he's more of an anti-hero. I think there's times Where if there's an ultimate evil, I think you'd be on the side of good. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he's not like fucking Psycho Mantis, who's just a fucking nihilistic psychopath. Like, and in the Phantom Pain, he's your ally. He helps you, so he's not always a villain character.
Do
So
we
I
count
don't-
that
yeah.
game though?
Yeah, it exists for sure. No, I'd allow Ocelot definitely, and he's a super cool character. The only thing is, you'd be so weary of him on your party as well, wouldn't you? Like, you'd be like,
You would.
you're so gonna fucking screw me over, but it's gonna turn out that it was for the best. Yeah, it's like I'll learn something from it or something. Like, my family will die, but then I'll learn after the fact that they weren't good for me or something. I don't know. I know you're a dodgy dude. You're a dodgy dude.
Yeah, he's pretty
He's
bad.
also an epic gunslinger, so
But to be fair, like, I mean, you're trying to cross over both Kratos and Doomslayer and the God of Thunder. I mean,
And the God of War and Serious Sam.
they'd probably
well, Sam maybe you could cross, but
I'd say it's a
the other
pretty
guys
safe,
are God level.
it's a pretty safe party for him actually. I'd say he'd be super fucking worried actually.
Yeah.
He'd be looking around going, oh god. I am
Yeah.
getting too old for this.
Need a healer. I need a healer. So
I'm
I'm
looking
thinking
out for a healer.
that would be Aerith.
You went for Aerith. Why Aerith?
I don't know, just in terms of all the kind of healer style characters from games like that, that's the one that, like, you know, her limit break being healing wind and stuff like that. I've always just associated her with like the healing ability.
Mm.
I know there are other kind of white mages and stuff like that, but that's the one that's always stood out to me.
Should be handy as well because the flowers will fucking tell her strategic information, you know?
Sure. Well, she can, you know,
If actually, if you're listening and you haven't played any of these games, you'll just be like, what the fuck kind of shit are these lads on?
all right, well, to break them down, if you don't know who Serious Sam is, he's essentially a mixture between the Doomslayer and Duke Nukem.
And if you don't know who any of them are,
Well,
like,
then
there's-
the Doomslayer,
there's weirdness to this.
The mixture
It's
between
like a
Master
cooler-
Chief.
yeah, he's a cooler version of Master Chief with a lot more weapons.
I don't know that. Oh, you could go on forever. Anyway, sorry. After Aerith.
After Earth, then I wanted a kind of a stealth, kind of a rogue style character. So I was thinking Altair, someone who could steal, someone who could remain in the shadows, assassinate if needed.
Why Altair?
Yeah,
Again, that's what jumps out to me as that type.
All right, so
of
we were
character.
like, I'm gonna think healing. Who do I think of when I hear Aerith?
Yeah.
Well, stealth. Altair comes to mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Very interesting.
That's
And
very
then
interesting. He's also super loyal. Altair.
I guess so, but I'm just thinking as well, like, he's the only one that's kind of not of a modern or futuristic period out of all these characters. But imagine equipping him with, like, pistols with silencers and shit like that. Like, what would he be capable of?
What the fuck is this? He'd freak out the second he sees the Doomslayer.
I think
Yeah, no,
anyone would.
That's
He's a
super
big
cool.
fucking guy.
You'd probably end up like shaving his head and like tattooing a barcode on the back of it.
Probably.
Nice, yeah. Nice.
And then for info and equipping the entire team with gadgets and preparing for any mission and keeping everyone in check and just being a straight up boss, Batman.
I mean, come on. Who's not gonna put Batman on? Well, Eric, but who's not gonna put Batman on their fucking RPG party? Is this I know they're very similar, but is this the Arkham rendition or the Injustice rendition, or is it the fucking Lego rendition?
Yeah, more Arkham.
The fucking Lego block character beside everyone else, though, would be fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
Well, actually, I might have a
With
tent
pixelated
member.
Lara.
You might have a tent.
I have a tent member.
Is this purely inspired by the fact that I said Lego?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
As
go
a
on.
character that can, he has an amazing ability to just kill anything by stepping on it. He can go
What is this?
into, huh?
What is this?
He's also got, he's incredibly rich, so he can fund this thing more so than probably either Bruce or Lara possibly could. He's gone against the most like crazy monsters in his entire
Oh,
career of gaming.
Oh my God, hold on.
Um,
Hold on, okay. Give us one more clue and let me and Eric guess. Because I fucking haven't a clue who this is. So give us one more clue.
he's able to pretty much any environment he's equipped for, whether it's going underground, up in the skies, underwater.
Wow. Eric, who are you thinking? Who the fuck is this guy? Oh, I think I know who it is. But I didn't realize they were so wealthy, so I'm confused about that bit. I think it's Super Mario.
It's Super Mario.
I was fucking thinking like Godzilla and Transformers. I'm like, is he going off like the budget of the films or something? If they just like made a buckload of money.
As well, I suppose if you end up like in any kind of a lot of classic RPGs, you end up on an airship later on. And if someone needs to do the plumbing, it's easier.
He can go down into the pipes and get into the control center of the ship. But yeah, he's got loads of money. It's literally his thing. He collects coins. And every time he dies, just money comes out of his ass. Like, I mean, that's what he's made of.
Serious Sam is like, I'm going, that's all I want to pull out of my back pocket. But every time I reach in,
it's just a shotgun.
Okay, so sorry, rattle off your party again there.
Serious Sam, Raiden, Doomslayer, Kratos, Ocelot, Aerith, Lara Croft, Altair, Batman, and Super Mario.
I mean, that's pretty fucking serious. I'd play that game.
Hell yeah.
That game. Okay, so we can all comment on it. Which in a hypothetical world where this game exists, which of those two characters would you be most interested to see interact with one another?
It'll probably be Serious Sam and Doomslayer. I can imagine them two having almost a Gimli Legolas kind of
competition
of who can take on the kill the most.
Yeah. I'd be super interested to see kind of in any
Super Mario with any of them. Hey, yeah, Doomslayer, here's the coin. You want to go get the shroom into you.
That's as well. Yeah, he has the ability to grow. He can go immortal. He can fire fireballs out of his hand. He's fucking amazing.
I like the idea that while fighting the enemy, Batman is also fighting your party to ensure that they don't kill anyone. Like,
yeah, like I was thinking of.
I imagine the conversation between Batman and Altair. I think that would be super cool because Altair's whole thing of killing, there's like an honor code behind it, the whole Assassin's Code thing, and you could just imagine Batman being so against that'd be a super cool interaction, the two of them.
I imagine the whole thing of like trying to get everyone working together as well would be the equivalent of like the Avengers or anything like that, where they kind of fall apart from within and then have to come together at the end and stuff.
I mean, their epic poses are gonna be so cool, and then Mario. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Okay, I'm gonna have to try and follow up with that again. If you are listening on YouTube, jump into the comments to throw in your own thoughts on Adam's RPG party, what characters you might swap in for, or if you don't like it at all, if you want to change it altogether, that's cool too. Give us your own party. I'll go for mine now. I also was trying to think kind of strategically about people who could fill different roles, and then also the dynamic, because I think I'm more than anything when you have an RPG party, I'm very interested in the dynamics that are between the characters, how whether they'd get along or clash, and what's interesting about that and that kind of thing. Some of them you guys had, and some of them you did not. So I'll go through the ones that have been mentioned already that I also had, and I had typed this out, and I hadn't changed it. So right off the bat, and he was the first one I picked. Yeah, Batman from the Arkham games. Are you kidding me? Of course I'm gonna have Batman. Of course I'm gonna have Batman. It's fucking Batman. He's the world's greatest detective. Can you imagine how useful that would be in any situation? And then also, yeah, in terms of gadgets and
That's great. You're
technology.
in Silent Hill, and he's like, "Oh, I detect that there's creatures here." It's like, no shit, Batman. We're in fucking Silent Hill.
You imagine playing a game where you are Batman in Silent Hill? That
That
would
would
be
actually be class.
incredible. Because isn't it just basically like Silent Hill just manifests your own inner demons? And then,
Yeah.
holy fuck, somebody greenlight this shit. Batman in fucking Silent Hill. Are you kidding me? It'd be like a scarecrow hallucination that tries to kill you. It'd be fucking sick. But yeah, I mean, as well, like, there was a one point where I was like, oh, maybe I should pick like a fighting character because, you know, they tend to be pretty good in fights.
Yeah.
But with Batman in the Arkham games, he pretty much fights like that in terms of countering people and martial arts and that kind of thing. So he's kind of a jack of all trades. I also like the idea that within an RPG party, it kind of played the role of like Vincent Valentine in a way from like 5 out of 7. It's like he says all the cool shit. He's always off in the corner, but when it comes down to it, he's there. Like he's definitely there, but you're not sure what to make of him. This is why I said to you, Eric, I was very surprised when you said Dom Santiago, and that's why I was like, wait, what? You thought of that too? I also had Dom on my list. I like the idea of having a soldier character, like a classic kind of soldier character. I immediately jumped to Gears of War, not only because the Lancer is just like the coolest fucking video game weapon ever, but because of their big heavy armor. I imagine that they have like a strong defense, and so he could play like a brutish kind of role in terms of an RPG, ready for both melee and kind of far-ranged combat. But of the 4 guys, Dom is the
Coolest.
Dom is the best character in Gears of War, like by far. He's the family man. He's the one who's willing to lay his life on the line for the right thing. So he's kind of, it's weird to say about it because he's so kind of big, but he's kind of the Boy Scout. He's kind of he's got that ideology of, you know, the right thing is the right thing. And I think because I do have some gray characters, it's nice to have someone who's like a very, straight line kind of character.
What you need is
So
Sonic, man.
Yeah. I mean, Sonic would be pretty fucking fast, all right. Yeah. Oh, where was I? What was I thinking? I should have had Sonic. Screw it, Dom, you're off. No, no, I'm gonna stick to the party I had selected. So yeah, Dom is sort of the soldier role. Another character that I have that was said already is Aloy. I really like the idea of having an archer in the party. And then much like what Eric was saying, like Aloy, as well as being an archer and very, very capable in physical combat, she actually is very tech savvy because of the focus that she has. She takes on all sorts of huge machines. So she's very, very capable against great, huge threats. But then also as a character, like even though she's a protagonist in her game, I could see her taking orders. I could see her as someone who plays well with others and who could work with a team, you know, as opposed to like, so in contrast, and Dom as well obviously does take orders and works well with a team. He's very much follow the orders as long as the orders are the right thing to do. But like Batman is one that's like, you know, he'd be your trouble. You'd be trying to give him orders and he's off doing his own thing. He totally abandons the orders, and before you know it, you fly to go, but dude, Batman, where were you? Like, it's like, I've already taken care of them, and that, and also here's a list on my computer of how to kill all of you if I have to. And you're like, whoa, Batman, yeah, nice one, man. Glad to have you. Where Aloy would
Thank
work.
fuck, I don't have Batman.
Yeah, trust
Although-
issues through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you want that in your team of, you want a bit of distrust in the party, right? Yeah. Imagine him and Ocelot. Sorry. I think this is going. But yeah, so Aloy for kind of her moral compass as well, and to have, I think of all the Archer characters that I thought of, she's the one that I kind of like the most, I think. Another character that had already been named, yeah, and I think it's the only other one that had already been named, and everyone else is someone that none of you's had, is Yuna. Because yeah, I wanted a white mage. When it comes to white mage characters, Yuna is my favorite. I think she's the real hero of Final Fantasy X. That's another actually. That's an interesting about RPGs. If they're done well, if the parties are done well, it doesn't always happen. But so Eric, what's the definition of protagonist?
Well, what I was taught that protagonist is the person that goes on the greatest change, and then the antagonist is the person who causes that change.
So in a RPG done right, I think the entire party could be considered the protagonist, nearly, right? So you take. But Yuna, similarly, she starts off as someone very of her fate, and the right way is this way, and then ultimately her fate shifts and changes, and she's, she does go through a change by the end of it, to the point where she's fighting against the very thing that she once fought for the greater good. So she's as much the protagonist as Tidus, in my opinion. But with her, from a strategic point of view, not only does she have the white mage abilities of healing your party and making shields and barriers and all that stuff, you get the summons if you got Yuna. So by extension, you break your 10 party rule, and you get fucking Ifrit and Shiva and Bahamut and fucking Yojimbo. Hell yeah, brother. So
Yeah, but Yojimbo is going to cost you a fortune, so you need someone who can fund this whole thing.
yeah, I got Batman. I thought about this shit. I know.
What you really need
What I really need
is
is Mario. Just fucking chucking coins. But actually,
Hey, Eric, actually, just to go back, Eric,
Yeah.
you were talking about having heroes that would deal with Silent Hill. If Link was in Silent Hill, would it just be rooms full of pots that he can't smash,
Yeah.
no matter what?
We should.
Or
Yeah,
he does smash them and they keep appearing.
he smashes.
time.
Yeah, he smashes one, and then it just breaks into Russian dolls. So it
Yeah,
breaks
more.
into just smaller ones, and then they keep going, getting smaller and smaller.
They should so make a game where they just subject like characters that we love in video games to Silent Hill.
Yeah.
That'd be so sick. I'd love that. Okay, so yeah, Yuna was the last character that any of yous had as well. And then to contrast her, I wanted a black mage.
Mm.
And so I went for Vivi from Final Fantasy IX. Vivi has Vivi is an incredible character. I've played quite a lot of Final Fantasy IX. I've never finished it, but Vivi is the best thing about that game, hands down. Even from the story perspective, Vivi is so interesting in that he's this young, not sure of himself mage who's going through an existential crisis and questioning whether or not he deserves to be alive throughout the game. But he actually has incredible powers when push comes to shove. And he's got your classic kind of elemental spells of fire, water, lightning, all that kind of stuff. But he's got such an awesome silhouette. I love that in that game they took the kind of classic black mage from the original Final Fantasy
Mhm.
and turned it into this moving, living, animated character. And then as well, I think there's a lot of opportunity for humor with Vivi, but not he's not intentionally funny. Vivi always just gets himself into kind of situations that are funny, and he's so naive and doesn't really know how the world works that as a result, comedy ensues. So yeah, I love Vivi, and just the idea of him hanging out with some of these other characters. Like he'd be afraid of Batman, even though he could fucking blow Batman up. Like he would be terrified of Batman. So just stuff like that, I think would be so interesting in a party. I have one more Final Fantasy character. I found it really tough. I was like, I gotta pick someone from 7. But am I just picking someone for the sake of picking someone, or do I need this person? You know. So I was like, well, I mean, I have my favorite characters from 7. I could pick one of them just to have them. But I really like the idea of in an RPG party, not everyone being human, or not everyone appearing human. I love the idea of bestial characters. And at one point, I was gonna go for Kimahri, but I was like, no, I gotta have Yuna. So Red 13 from Final Fantasy 7 is gonna make the cut. What can I say? Like Red's awesome. He's got an epic backstory. He's a very capable physical fighter. And you can equip him with materia, so you can decide what abilities you want to give him.
I think my thinking with Aerith. You can give her anything you wanted to.
Fucking anything you want.
Well, that's what I was thinking with Tifa. Yeah, give her whatever you want.
as long as we're all thinking, lads.
I mean, actually, in that idea, you could give any of them materia.
Oh yeah,
No.
you can.
No,
No?
you can't.
Okay.
Although now I'm thinking about Batman using materia, and I'm saying yes, you can. Of course you can. That's a fucking awesome idea. I wonder how in universe. Sorry, small tangent, but I wonder how in universe, like steal materia would actually work.
You just steal their money.
Yeah, I know, but like, it's like without this materia, I didn't know how to pickpocket. As soon as I fucking equipped the materia, what? There I go. Like,
Yeah, well, if you think about
Make
it,
any sense.
in those games, like for instance, Doom Slayer in Doom does not have the ability to pickpocket. So when you give him steal, he just sneaks up behind a demon, and instead of snapping their neck, he just takes some coins, and then he snaps it.
yeah. So as an option in the game, fair enough. But I'm just saying, actually, in universe, in the world, like surely to steal something,
I'd
just take
imagine
something from
in
someone.
world, because materia seems to offer some form of magical ability.
Yes.
Like all materia is magic, basically.
Yes.
So therefore, you don't actually necessarily have to pickpocket them. You'd have to be near them, but whatever's in their pocket would summon into your hand.
Fucking cool.
Fucking
That's cool.
boom.
I like that. Yeah. So sorry. Yeah. Red 13. He's in the party. I like the idea that he sort of plays a supporting role in terms of buffs and debuffs with his materia. Then I jumped over to Mass Effect. I was like, I gotta get someone in there from Mass Effect 2. But who do I want of all of those? I mean, I could go for Thane Krios because he's the most awesome character in Mass Effect 2. But I'd end up with a few assassin roles, and I have a few others that kind of fit that role. I ended up going for one of my favorite Mass Effect 2 characters. I think she's very underrated. And that's
Miranda.
Jack. No, not Miranda. Miranda is who my party are fighting against. I'm only joking. No, I went for Jack, the convict. I think she's super interesting. I think she has an awesome backstory. She pretty much has the Force. You'll see that she's not a bad egg, you know? She's just had a bad...
What's with you guys like picking the people who are absolutely going to backstab you or can very much backstab you?
Aren't
Like
you? No one on my team would backstab me.
Ocelot.
Are you kidding me? Who the fuck did I name that would backstab me there?
Jack could murder you, rip apart your entire ship.
Literally stab you in the back.
She wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it.
You never know. You might rub her up the wrong way.
No, man, there's no romance options in my in my RPG. No, I've always thought Jack was an awesome character. And I love the idea of that character, who at first seems like the most violent, cruel thing in the universe, and then it turns out there's an element of a facade, or there's an element of lies around that. It's kind of like the whole thing of like it's a super effective narrative point, I think, when something is built up and then when you meet it, it's the opposite of what you were expecting, and then as a result, it has a huge effect. I mean, it's kind of like again the Matrix, and they talked about the Oracle. So you're expecting this wise old woman, and then when you meet her, she's a very chirpy, cookie making woman who's got a lot of energy and stuff, and totally different to what you're expecting. Or in Silence of the Lambs, with how much they build up Hannibal Lecter as this monster, and then you finally meet him, and he's kind of he is a monster, and you feel really uneasy, but it works more because he speaks very well, and he's almost gentlemanly, that it kind of shakes you to your core even more because you've heard so much horrible stuff about him, and yet he's kind of endearing and charismatic as he's talking to you. So it's that kind of thing. So yeah.
Did you know that those two, Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster, were not able to work together?
Why is that?
They were both terrified of each other.
Wait, he was terrified of her?
Yeah, I would be too. She's a scary woman.
Yeah.
Jodie Foster.
She was terrified of him because of...
I think she'd be really nice to work with.
Oh no, they're both really...
I'm sure she is. But I'd also be terrified of...
With Anthony Hopkins in costume, and he got the yoke, and he's behind the glass, she just became uneasy by them. So she was...
That I understand.
But then he kind of... Either he was a bit like, well, actually, I find her kind of intimidating because she's such a great presence on screen, or it was just that he felt like he did her wrong or something. Okay. So they just ended up not working on screen together. But they have no problem with each other.
I wonder if it was she's like, I feel really uneasy working on him, and he's like, I feel really uneasy with her uneasiness of me. And the director's like, well, I gotta be honest with you, filming you separately is making me really uneasy about this whole project. That's really interesting, though. I went for one other Mass Effect character from the Mass Effect series, but not because I just wanted to shoehorn in another Mass Effect character, although I could. I love the idea of having a robot in an RPG cast of characters. I love that idea. Because they can talk about then you can have those questions about what's alive and what isn't, and talking about artificial intelligence.
Yeah, but you wouldn't think you have the machine, but you still don't think it's alive.
I know, but I love the conversation. I think it's super interesting, and I think it's super interesting to have party members up against something like that, or dealing with something like that. Now, yeah, I could have gone with something like this is specifically why I didn't go for a character from, say, Detroit Become Human, because I could have. But the idea of a machine that has those conversations that looks human doesn't interest me as much, because I think the whole human thing distracts away from the real conversation, which is the thing that's displaying intelligence and choices alive, regardless of how it looks, is alive.
Right. And so you obviously didn't go for her then.
Living. So I went for Legion.
Yeah.
Mass Effect 3. Legion's in Mass Effect 3. He also plays the sniper role. Or I should say they. I shouldn't say he, should I?
Well, it depends on which version you go for in Mass Effect 3.
Well, Legion is many units, right? That's why.
Oh, yeah, because actually, if you go for the other Legion, that Legion actually only lives for like 2 seconds and dies. So, yeah, okay.
So Legion has an awesome philosophical quote, which, the first Geth who asked this, it began this great big war between the Quarians who created them and the Geth who are the machine race, which is, does this unit have a soul? And that scared the Quarians so much that they just decided to kill them, and then the Geth retaliated, and thus a war began. Does this unit have a soul? Asking a genuine question. That's all it was asking. But it's a super interesting concept. And then the idea that trying to understand a being in front of you that is not one being but many beings within one unit, that then refers to itself as Legion. We are Legion. It's a super cool idea. And also having Legion as a sniper in the party, I'm really into that idea. I've got 2 characters left. I couldn't help myself. Actually, after Batman, the very next person I thought of, but I said I'd save them for later in the conversation. Grey Fox. Ninja fucking Grey Fox. It's the reason I didn't go for Thane Krios. And I was like, well, there's my assassin in the party. I know, you could consider, again, like Ocelot, you could consider Grey Fox a villain. Well, when you fight him in Shadow Moses, he's really only there he has a personal agenda. He's not with the bad guys. And then even when he was Snake's adversary in Outer Heaven, in the grand scheme of things, he was actually fighting the Patriots. Like, I think ultimately Gray Fox is on the side of good, but part of the story of Metal Gear Solid is what is good and who's bad, and there's a grey whole thing of, you know, war is kind of bad everywhere. You know, you're just on different sides. Who's really the hero? Who's the villain? Bar a few characters. But yeah, imagine it, like, come on, Ninja Grey Fox. Like, who wouldn't want him in your party? Well, you guys, you sick freaks.
Yeah, well, I mean, he seems very unreliable. Like, he just freaks out at times and fucks off, and
you'd be walking into like the training room and just see him wanting Batman to beat the crap out of him.
he's on his own mission basically.
Hurt me more, dog. Batman's like, no, man, come on, we gotta focus here.
I can't see that Ninja Grey Fox would pull through necessarily and be much of a team player, to be honest.
Probably not, but I'm actually kind of interested in that dynamic.
I like Christopher just has like this diabolical teams. Like, Jack, she can't work a team. But I want that. Here's Ninja Grey Fox, can't work with a team. But I want that. Here's Batman, he can't work with a team. Yeah, that's what I want. Like, no one can work
you have a fucking diabolical team. What are you thinking? Letting that guy off the leash. Yeah, I mean, I suppose I kind of have like a Suicide Squad type thing, you know.
Next you're gonna say Scorpion.
He was considered. But I was like, I already have a ninja. Oh, come on, he's got the ability to go into stealth, and he's got a sword, and he's badass.
He's badass, but I don't know. If I had to take on some sort of intergalactic deity, I don't know if that's who I would keep on my team.
Right, well, I'm keeping him.
Okay.
And then my last party member is Isaac Clarke from Dead Space.
In case your ship breaks down.
Oh, I like he's a problem solver. He's got really fucking interesting weapons and abilities in terms of freezing things, but also he's got all these technical abilities that in my mind would come hugely useful being an engineer, and also he is showcased in the games that he's in that he's a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a survivor as well. He can fucking, fight his way through any kind of creature, essentially. And his weapon is super, super useful. Fucking, blow the limbs off something before it gets to you. I think he'd be a cool character to have in a party. And again, I think he's someone that can take orders.
And you don't even have to listen to him. It's grand.
Yeah, it's like quiet. It's great. I don't know if I'd send him to Silent Hill per se. He fucking lose his mind. But yeah, so there's my party.
What would be his Silent Hill though, Like, I mean, he's already
it would just be the ship though. I mean, it'd just be necromorphs coming out of nowhere. Or everywhere.
It's just like he's already been through it all, so it's like, what could you possibly throw at me now?
So
they just throw like lollipops and rainbows at him. He's like, I can't handle this piece.
Are you suggesting that anyone who's already been through like a horror game would be fine in Silent Hill because they've already done it?
Well, if we're going by Resident Evil standards, yes.
Yeah, because you get more use. So
it's to become like superheroes, basically.
Yeah. So just to round up my party, then I've got Yuna, Aloy, Red 13, Grey Fox, Batman, Jack, Vivi, Dom, Isaac Clarke, and Legion.
That's a weird list, man.
Hey, man, I like the list. I think it's a good, diverse cast that will not get along.
I'd be interested to hear what people think. Actually, is like who do they think would be the ultimate RPG party for taking on anything?
I would reckon a lot of them would be like, how come nobody mentioned like Master Chief or something?
Well, if you have the Doomslayer, do you need him?
No. But
really?
I don't have the Doomslayer. Maybe I need him.
You probably need the Master Chief, yeah.
I'd be super interested to hear people like list off characters that they think would be the ultimate. See, there's different ways you can look at it. You could go, no, I'm more interested in these characters, or you could go, no, I'm just gonna pick the most powerful fucking people ever if I'm gonna I hate
there's
losing.
Definitely
I won't lose.
There's definitely characters maybe from World of Warcraft or something that would just put ours to shame in terms of power.
Someone just gonna like name all the like people from Smash Bros. They can take like 200% hit before they even
There you go.
fucking fly off.
Kirby actually would.
Curb. Yeah.
Kirby pretty solid in a
Yeah.
fight. Mario might
actually-
get bumped off the list. I don't know.
Right, here's
Maybe.
like, okay, so we're talking about video games. When it comes to like
Yes.
Pokemon,
Mm.
do you just pick Pokemon Trainer who has like all the Pokemon, or do you have to pick a particular Pokemon?
I don't know. I've got Yuna, so I'm pretty happy with the summons. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
and
pretty-
I think Aerith
Oh, yeah.
with a couple of materia would be fine.
No, I know that, but like not everyone's going to choose Yuna or Aerith or whoever else, like, or Vivi.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
if they
if you
decide
picked,
to pick Poketrainer,
yeah, if you picked Red, I suppose, like, you know, depending on how well you did, he did probably catch all 100 Pokemon, 150 Pokemon. So,
fuck is Red.
well, Red is the character from from the game, Merc,
Oh right.
from Pokemon Red. That's his name.
he's right, you know.
But yeah, I mean, he'd be a pretty powerful ally, I guess.
This hypothetical conversation as well would be totally different if there was a very set threat. Like
Yeah,
if
I
you
was-
like, as opposed to like if it's like, okay, this is just a dream RPG party that you'd like to hang out with for hours in a game, or you're just deciding you want them purely on strategy or whatever. But
Mhm.
if it's very specifically like, okay, no, what you're going up against the Reapers, then you might go, okay, who's got like abilities for taking on machines or something like that. Or if it's
Yeah, but
very
surely
definitely
the
you're fighting
ultimate
whatever.
party for taking out whatever threat is.
anything at all.
Yeah, well, surely the characters from that particular game that took them out is the ultimate party.
Well, you could say that, but then there's the rule that you can't have all them, okay? So you gotta just play the game, alright? You gotta play the
What
game
if
here.
there was the enemy party that your party had to fight?
Fuck, do we have to form them?
Ooh.
Let's
How
between
much?
us.
How much time do we have?
Let's between us form the ultimate villain party that all of our parties are trying to fight. How many villains can we have? You can't have 10 villains because every villain is usually a world-ending threat on their own. Like, so you can't have every fucking villain. Like,
Well, it depends. If you pick like if we no, you wouldn't pick Joker. Joker wouldn't
Is
work well. with
Cthulhu
you.
in a game? Cthulhu's in a game,
Cthulhu's
isn't he?
in a game.
Cthulhu's in a game.
are we
Let's put
fighting
Cthulhu in there. No, we're not
Cthulhu
gonna.
the
well,
threat we're fighting?
I wouldn't put Cthulhu in there
Why not?
because Cthulhu could just have Cthulhu on his own. He just looks at everyone and
No,
they all
that's
lose their.
what- that's
Well,
what I'm saying.
actually,
That's what I'm saying. Is it
Apart-
Cthulhu? Is what
apart
we're
from
fighting?
apart from Legion, everyone else is fucked.
What are you saying? Say that again.
Because Legion is a robot. It's not
Yeah.
a human. It's not organic.
What are you getting at?
Cthulhu will drive everyone crazy.
Not
And they all-
Batman. Not Batman. He's already fucking crazy. You can't out crazy someone who's crazy, man. You can't do it.
No, we're making a team.
So
You
if there
can't
was
have
one
Cthulhu.
member,
Okay.
if there was one member in each of your parties that's likely to betray for their own self-interest, who
Okay.
would it be?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I picked like really good people. So
Well, if there
in
was
my
one
party,
your
right? Okay, so it might sound obvious to say Grey Fox, but amongst that party, there's really no reason for him to. When they're just going up against a world-ending threat, and it's in his interest to. Jack probably. Even though I think she's good deep down, in the canon of Mass Effect, before you've met her, she has done some bad shit with lots of bad people. So of all of them, she probably is the most likely to backstab the group. Or Isaac Clarke if he loses his fucking mind. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, probably Jack, I'd say. What about out of yours?
Well, I want to see what Eric says first.
on the basis of that these guys probably have great like emotional familial like leverage, like an enemy can like use Ciri or Yennefer or Triss or anybody against Geralt to get him to do their dirty work. That could be
Okay.
one thing. And another thing is with Dom, if Dom's I think he only had a wife, Maria, was still alive,
Yeah,
let's say,
yeah.
and wasn't
Yeah.
tortured by the Locust, they could equally use her against Dom. And I can imagine Dom being, like what Chris said, kind of the Boy Scout character, definitely would probably have the greater amount of love towards Maria and stuff. I would probably have to go Dom. because he'd be much more emotionally driven. That
That's
actually would be
super
a
interesting
really
that you went
interesting.
for a character as like based on leverage, they could backstab
Yeah.
the group, as opposed to just based on self-interest, they could backstab the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, your party are all super friendly, huh? The super friendly fun gang in Eric's club. We all get along in Eric's class. Yeah, whatever. Adam, is there any point in fucking asking you? Like, it's gonna be fucking Ocelot. Like,
No,
he's
like
awesome.
I think how
Think
the
about
scheme of
that
things
one.
would go is that like it's so clear that there's been a betrayer among them, and
Yeah.
everyone would always be like pointing at Ocelot and stuff like that, and like everyone's kind of pointing at each other, and in the end, it's gonna be Mario. He'll fucking do anything to save Peach.
Especially give rise to Cthulhu. I think Cthulhu is the ultimate threat that your RPG party is fighting. And so if you're listening,
Okay, no, hold on.
Okay.
Cthulhu would need a cult to work for him
Yes.
to rise him up. So therefore,
Yeah.
who's his
Okay.
who's his cult?
So
right?
here we go. Here's what the villains are doing. So the end game is that they're trying to bring back Cthulhu,
Right.
and you have to stop them from bringing
Yes.
Cthulhu. Which, of course, in any RPG, it means that at the very end, of course, they do bring back Cthulhu, and that's your final boss because you have to fight God at the end.
Yes.
You have to.
That's the rule.
Atheist wet dream. So yes, we got to pick a what? We got to pick a villain each. That's part of this cult that's trying to bring Cthulhu back.
I was
Sure.
going to say 2 villains each, so it's a team of 6
Sure,
villains.
go for it. 2 villains each. Eric, you can go first.
Okay, Sephiroth.
Ah,
I mean,
shit.
we were all going to throw
It's
Sephiroth.
all gonna be Sephiroth.
Right? We want to fight Sephiroth. He's a great villain. And as well, I could see some weird, mega crazy shit where possibly he views Cthulhu as like Cthulhu's
Like his
powers.
mother.
Yeah, or like he views Cthulhu's powers as his own birthright or something crazy like that. So yeah, I could buy into him trying to give rise to this ultimate doom for his own goals, really. Yeah, okay, Sephiroth.
Are we going around or when it's naming the second
Oh,
one?
sure, okay, we'll go around. Adam, you can get to pick
Yeah.
one.
I don't know.
He's like,
'Cause
he
I was
picked,
going-
he picked the good one.
Yeah, I was going to say Sephiroth. I'm trying to think
Before we
now.
go further, these villains, do they have to be like super coherent that like they would absolutely work well together, or is it just that this is like a list of bosses within this like evil fictional
I
cult?
mean,
You gotta
considering
fight at some point in this
considering
adventure.
Cthulhu has the ability to kind of mind control, we could also argue the point that they are being mind controlled.
Super cool. Okay.
Just to fit in, I suppose, with the theme of the characters we have, I'd pick Olivia Pierce from Doom, just because she was so into like researching demons and hell and demonic. I just think that would be a goal of hers, is to summon something like that, something like Cthulhu.
That's
Oh,
a really
yeah.
interesting. That's a
To
that's an
learn
interesting
about.
choice.
Yeah, that's super cool. I'm gonna throw. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna throw the Joker into the mix. Why not? Arkham's Joker. Throw him in there. Yeah, he doesn't work well with others. Who gives a fuck? You know, I want to fight the Joker. I also would love to see the Joker fuck with some of those characters that he would never meet. Like, I'd love to see how Yuna mentally deals with someone like the Joker. That would be super interesting. And just the whole Lovecraftian thing of like going mad. I could see that as being a slight incentive for like Joker just wants to watch the world go mad. So he's not necessarily into the beliefs of whatever this said cult is. He just likes the idea of fucking with the world. So I'm throwing the Joker into the mix. Okay, Eric. I have to
Get
get
him.
him in before you did.
Yeah.
I was like,
No.
after Sephiroth, who else do you throw in? Come on.
I wasn't going to say Joker. I was at first thinking between like Ruvik and Wesker. But then I don't know. I'm looking at other games here.
I thought you were just stretching. You're actually like looking at your list again.
Yeah, look at the list of games. There's a lot. I will go with, because again, it kind of goes in with Wesker's plan. of releasing this weapon.
What? Come on.
What?
Ruvik is so much more interesting. Go on.
You can't kill Ruvik.
Yeah. You kidding me? Yeah. That's what's super interesting about it. Sorry, go on.
But no, I just thought Ruvik be too powerful. Although, actually, yeah.
Too powerful? We're fighting fucking Sephiroth.
Yeah, fuck it. Because at least, like, Ruvik would be able to summon his own inner monsters as enemies to fight. So, yeah, Ruvik, let's go for it.
Fuck yeah.
I
hope people know who any of these are, because this is
Uh,
this
Ruvik-
episode is probably the nerdiest fucking episode we've ever done.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
Yeah.
pure fucking horse shit to people. who are like,
So,
"What
Sephiroth
you
from
talking-
Final Fantasy
You're not
VII.
reviewing anything. You're not even giving critical intellectual thoughts about fucking anything. Shut up. This is fun.
And Ruvik is the main enemy of Evil Within.
Yes.
Just to clarify, yeah.
Yeah, he's super cool.
Trying to think of someone like again kind of fitting in with some of the characters that we named. Well, actually, a character I've named that would want to summon Cthulhu.
That's a lame ideology, Adam. Why are you thinking
Why?
like that?
Yeah, I don't think this doesn't need to make sense.
Yeah, of course it does.
Mario is gonna fight Cthulhu. None of this makes sense.
Mario is only there to offer financial help.
He's just funding the adventures of these expeditionaries.
And that's
Yeah.
a lot of people. That's a lot of people, right?
With mouths to
He's
feed.
there to fix the plumbing.
Like Doomslayer and Serious Sam are gonna fuck those toilets up.
Definitely.
And Kratos.
They
serious.
destroy
Kratos.
everything they come across.
Fucking Kratos, yeah.
I'm thinking
You know-
maybe Quan Chi.
Ah, super cool.
Yeah.
That's a
That is an
super
interesting
cool
one as
pick.
well.
Yeah, from the Nether Realm.
Yeah.
Fuck
the
yeah.
Nether Realm.
I think
It's
he
just
would.
got nerdier.
he would align himself with literally anyone, and yeah, I just think that just seems like something he would do, is that kind of level of destruction.
I could see him being like the cultic spokesperson of Cthulhu nearly.
Yeah.
Like you could see him play that kind of role. That's a fucking awesome choice. And then he can bring back the dead and shit. I'm gonna throw in one that doesn't necessarily have goals of its own. It would just be a super cool brutish boss fight that would happen again and again. It takes transformations. It'd be one of those. It'd be of those bosses. Like each of those bosses would be a pretty epic boss fight, but this one would be a reoccurring boss fight that more serves as the exterminator for the cult, as opposed to, so he's like a henchman character as opposed to one of the cult leaders, so to speak. And that is Nemesis. I'd throw
Holy shit.
Nemesis in there. Because I like the idea of our guys having to fucking fight Nemesis, and every time you beat it, it comes back bigger. I think that'd be fucking awesome. And then he's just a hellish looking, horrible monster. You can imagine him constantly pursuing you. That'd be fucking sick.
Imagine,
But yeah.
have to fight like Nemesis, and we defeat Nemesis. You're like, oh, Grant, thank God that's over. And then Lara from like the Evil Within comes along, and you're like, ah, fuck.
Yeah,
You got
and it
two
just
different
gets
things
worse and
chasing
worse.
you.
And then
Yeah.
the fucking Joker laughs at you, and you go, man, it's not funny. You're mean. But okay, so those are our individual personal picks for RPG parties. You know, I told Eric and Adam that theirs were cool, but they told me mine was lame. You know, this has been fun. But if you liked any particular one of our parties, do let us know. And if you have a party that you would throw up against Cthulhu and any other cast of evil villains, do let us know. You can also let us know ideally what villains you would like to put your party up against in this fictional game that should be made. Come on, imagine this. There would be so many legal issues, but can you imagine if you could get icons from any universe and throw them together in one big RPG to fight Cthulhu? That would be the most epic fucking game ever. It should happen. Get it to happen, and let us know which party members you would select and which villains you would want to fight. That concludes this wacky, nerdy, fucking hypothetical conversation. But we'll be back with more crazy shit to talk about next week. Thank you, and bye-bye.
Goodbye.